Trav, we're going to be sending it into the game. It's Sprout taking on Gamerlegion. It's Overpass. It's a BO1. It's a race for 16 to see who confirms top 3.
Apologies for the delay, guys, but I appreciate you sticking with us. And we've been here for a long time as well. We kicked off today at around 8 a.m. and it's now almost 8 p.m. So we've been on the workday for almost 12 hours, but I've been loving every second of it, I've got to say. Great event to be involved in. And we have one more BO1 to complete. Shui with the smoke, Flash, Molly, and Isaac has a smoke as well. They've been making their way up toward long as a significant group, actually. A quad group push, and Kios actually with the opening frag of this BO1-2, taking Zyphon out of the round. Laurenex is the player with the smoke and kit. Interesting that he's the one happy to take that fall of not buying up the Kevlar. And the opening pick to Gamerlegion means they have a lot of control in mid, and Stare is having a little spot peek to see if he can see any of that.
Giving it a go, a good test. I mean, losing Zyphon early on, I think the CT side definitely need a way back in, right? They need to... way back forward. You can already hear some shots clanging off. Stare decides to peek from connector, drops one, and the bomb on top of it. A very crucial frag, and he's able to just dip out of harm's way. But it's a great bait because you think that's one. There's a second man lurking. Laurenex only good for the single though. Isaac, a clinic shot that lands Gamerlegion a massive advantage in this round.
Yeah, he just lands to Stare, and he can't connect with that first kill. Emma spams him down with a P250, and the woo comes out from Shui. He's getting into it early on. And I tell you what, Gamerlegion, don't forget how far ahead they were of Big at one point in their previous Overpass match. And that was a 16-14 in the end, and they were 12-3 up at half, so they could make it happen. And this is the map for it, I feel.
That was, of course, on the CT side start, though. They went 12-3
exactly.
So there's 100% a chance that things... heat up a bit for Gamerlegion. Maybe a good start on the T side could basically send Sprout out of this matchup before it even begins. We'll have to wait and see here. As a second round, I was going to mention Shui's Scream on the topic of that, right? I'm wondering, maybe production can whisper in our ears how close they are to one another. Because obviously, if me personally, Trav, maybe I'm just a toxic UK player, and that's exactly why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Great shot from Laurenex. I don't think it's going to be for any more, though. At least it shouldn't be. It's a brilliant flash in the end, dude. I was going to say, if they're right next to one another, right? Like, I'm screaming every single round. I'm trying to get in the heads of Sprout as much as I can if I'm Shui, because, you know, younger caller, maybe refresh, more experience, and, well, the experience pays off. It's now a 2v3, so as much as he was screaming in the pistol, and my idea of making things tilting as quickly as possible, this one quite quickly could come back to bite Gamerlegion.
Yeah, this is all down to refresh this round. They find the one M4 that's available on the Sprout side, and refresh just hits a quick-fire double. Usually impactful frags, and it means that Isaac is left last alive. He's got the golden AK, but has to be a golden round to recover this one. We saw some big clutches from Gamerlegion in the big game, of course, to secure that CT half of 12-3 that they got. But if they let Sprout hit straight back, that could put them in a rough situation. Isaac's looking for an opening, but of course they are baiting each other in on truck right now. Tries to tap down the Deagle, and does, and actually finds Zyphon as well. And he's still got 50 health to spare, and that's more health than Stare does. He's got the recovered Galil, does Stare, but he's got no Kevlar. This is now suddenly Isaac's round to play out. He's got 2 flashes. He can play the afterplant in bathroom. Doesn't need to peek too early. Of course, he'll know that there's no kit on Stare. This is an unbelievable recovery.
Did he tap the bomb there?
Yes, he did.
Isaac. Oh, yeah, he's so going to fall for this hook, line, and sinker. Oh, Stare. What are you doing? This time goes for the stick. It's a tap away. Isaac continues to spam out, but Stare just shoots. I don't get why people do this, because it just gives it away. Isaac tucks up. Stare has to run away. The fact that it's a 3v2, the fact that Refresh gets 2 kills with the M4 out on long, and it still means nada in the grand scheme of things. There you go, fist bumps all around. Shui's going to be happy with that one, despite it being very scary in the middle part.
That was a fantastic recovery from Gamerlegion. What a huge round to win. Here's that opening 1D from Laurenex, and we're going to see Refresh's 2K. Well, we're not going to see, unfortunately, but there's what. That was such an impactful situation to get them into this 3v1. But as soon as Isaac got both those kills, even though they were sort of baiting each other in toward truck, the calm tap toward the player behind the truck, and the clean spray on the player in front of it, meant that in the end, he kind of actually gave Stare no chance. He was healthier. Stair had no kit and no armor, and off the back of that, they're going to just rush straight in toward B. We saw this earlier from Gamerlegion. It proved to be a great success against Big, and Shuri and his MAC-10 makes more magic happen. No reforce, of course, in this round. They do just have that 1M4 on Stair, but no more than that, so Shuri takes full advantage of that.
Stair going to be blocked by his teammate, but it's an M4 that he's happy to get away with. For the rest of the squad, of course, it was an eco. They want to focus on the next. So 0 for 3 right now, Sprout. We need to see a big performance and a big step up in the full buy, because I feel like the warfare will be very one-sided if Sprout can't stand up properly and get off their feet, right? So it's going to be difficult, Trav. But it's early doors. You can't judge a game by the first 3 rounds. You know, we've seen crazier stuff happen in like the last 3 rounds of a game. So topsy-turvy, yada, yada, yada. You know, it's Counter-Strike. That's the explanation. That's all I need. It's 3-0 right now to Gamerlegion. No, Slacks won't get away with any damage, so only 2 survive. Lauanex's Deagle, Stairs M4, and maybe Berry wants to call for a timeout here just to introduce themselves. It seems to be. Stairs had a little type into the old keyboard. Seems to be technical. I don't know. Yeah, admin's waddling over, so yeah, indeed, it will be a tech pause. Just tell by the player cams. It's nice to always know. Anyway, big opportunities coming up next. Wondering, what's the play here for Sprout?
What is the play? They've fallen around that they know they should have taken. Opportunities like that are important, considering the fact, of course, that would have reset Gamerlegion and would have gone into those forced buy battles. Refresh gives the side eye to his teammate. He's suspicious of something.
You better perform. The stroke of the beard, you know, the 2 fingers. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, the chair's broke. Oh no.
No.
He's like, maybe he's trying to like, oh, maybe not. It's the chair. Maybe it's a double whammy of issues.
Who knows? Isaac looks like he's about to cry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Lauanex
has had a long day in the office.
They all have. We all have. Everyone's had a long day in the office. Players, production.
I've been thinking about this. I've been up since 5:50 this morning.
How have you managed
My alarm
this?
was set at 5:50 in the morning, which means, well, it's currently 8 o'clock my time. A chair needs to be fixed.
Is this chair actually broken? No way. Is this actually the tech pause? That is actually...
No. There's obviously next to him as well. Obviously, there's the issue as well.
Okay, fair enough. So he's just taking the... Yeah, I can see it now. They're just taking the opportunity to fix the chair while the other tech pause is coming in.
Oh, it's fixed. Now, the question is, do we just pit stop? Production, switch the chair. Who's forfeiting the chair to give to the players? And is it a wheelable distance away? Otherwise, you're gonna have to give him a broken chair, and you know. the recline of the chair is very important. Oh, I see. It's like one of those squeaky chickens.
Yeah,
like, you know,
one of those.
Have you seen that meme where it's like the one chicken, he squeezes it, it makes the noise, and he pushes like a whole like cart full of them? Yeah.
It's a classic.
Look at the cheeky smile.
He goes,
horrible. You know what? I wish I could as well, mate. There is a green screen behind me that will come crashing down. If this isn't on the Sprout socials, this is a perfect photo. If we pan right just a tad, I'm wondering, just catch them both in the flesh. Lauanex is enough for this day.
I'm gonna screenshot that. There we go.
Slacks.
I've screenshot it. I've kept it as a reaction meme for the future. When Lauanex is a world-beating FaZe player in 2 years, that's a saved one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully not too long in this tech pause. Wondering if fatigue is going to be well, I know fatigue is going to be an issue. I just thought I'd open it with a question to create some conversation, Trav, because fatigue is going to be a massive issue for these guys, right?
Yeah.
Hello? Is it working? Yeah, hello, that's me. I was going to say, right, you've been playing games, I mean, local time for us. I just want to talk about the opening matchup that we had, right? Big versus Heat, if I'm not mistaken. And that was very early in the morning for us, right? It was 9 a.m. the start. Currently, it is 8 p.m. So we've been playing 11 hours of Counter-Strike today on the stream. Obviously, we've only just started as well, so it's going to be 12 from start to finish. Players do get breaks, you know, time to get food. You know, you get a bye technically because obviously everyone's got to play one another, so you do get like an hour break or an hour and a half gap. But, man, it's been a very, very long day today.
Yeah, I made the argument earlier, right, about Big being one of the first teams to play of the day. In fact, they were. They were literally the opening game against Heat. And They just came in from, I know it's a little bit of a gap, sure, but you know, you've flown from Rio de Janeiro, which is a balmy 25 degrees, into Espoo, which is, let's say, not balmy, and let's say not 25 degrees. It's the exact opposite of that. So, yeah, it's a rough one, but Big have looked very good. They've dealt with those scenarios and circumstances very, very well, and so have Sprout, to be fair to them. And after the tech pause, we're back underway again. Chair is fixed, as is the PC/headset, whatever it was. And Launex is looking for some aggression toward bathrooms. He has a check of the Molotov before he falls back. You say you've been up since 5:30. I've been up since, like, I think 7. So it's been a long day of BO1s. If there are any BO3s in the action here, there would be certainly a lot of pressure. Kios plays with the angle really nicely here. And the headshot that he hit on Xiphon was enough just to aim punch him super hard, as he had no helmet. So Kios does really well there to get away with a 1-for-1. And it looks like they're going to be charging through this Molotov actually in toward B. And Stare actually gets 2 from that. The Flames take 1. His M4 takes Shuey. And there should be an opening Sprout round coming in with the bomb dropped in the open as well.
Should be is the key quote. Gamerlegion kind of fought from a similar position in the previous round, right, where Sprout had a 3v2, and it still ended with disaster in that scenario. Great shot from Immet. Slack's responsible of his own. NA Molly. Immet, unfortunate stuff, mate. Gonna have to run into your death, it feels like. 15 seconds, I mean, unless you can squeeze out a bomb plant, which is not looking too good. It's another kill. Launex is gone. Stare wants to take the fight around Pillar, though. Swings to the left. Easy pickup. And Sprout are on the board, ladies and gents. It's 3-1.
Good start on the main buy rounds, at least. Well played to Sprout. Drops will come in. Gamerlegion, of course, after those 3 rounds, still have plenty of money left to get the rifles in the action. And the game against Big was super enjoyable one. I'm already thinking back to the Sin clutch where he kept the game alive, pulled it back to 15-14, and then Gamerlegion just scraped across the line. Short control, which I mention so often, is something that Kios will take immediately, but with no reward. Refresh stops him from advancing any further. Early 5v4.
Smoke in on Monster. Shuey, very messy. Fortunately, his teammate is kind of there to bail him out and trade. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not too impactful. Refresh could have had a massive round. Instead, fizzled out by Isaac. Stare behind the molly on short. They're going to have to clear him out, but a smoke will do as temporary cover. Acor, yeah, taps the bomb. Doesn't want to stick it. Baits it out for the first time. We'll go for it a second time. This time, Stare doesn't want to spam. Instead, he's going to wait for Launex to jump in, and now it's a double take from short. Isaac and Acor work out for them. I like that. Shoots over the dropping noise into the water. I don't think anyone would have picked up upon this. If Isaac takes first contact especially, oh, it's into the molly. That's genius. Swings out, finds one. Acor, 1v2. It's doable.
It's very doable. He is in pit, though, and that's not an easy position to get 2 kills from. Of course, he's not on the AWP either, and yes, Slacks finds him just about as he transitions over. Applause from Berry, fist bumps all around. Great round from Sprout. That could have easily got out of hand. And if they'd lost that round, it's those sort of situations that can spiral. And Gamerlegion got close, but not close enough. In the end, Isaac, that 1 kill was good, but couldn't make it a second on the spray control, and Stare took him comfortably. You only really expect to get a 1 in that scenario anyway. They tried their best in a disadvantageous situation and did decent damage, but no more than that. They're down to pistols. Sprout should have an equalising round here.
Just thought I'd throw it out there. If Sprout wins 16-8 and Ents win 16-14, they would win on round difference. Sprout would go number 1 on round difference. Great job from Stare. Launex another. Imma will pick up one with the Desert Eagle, but ultimately I think we knew the outcome of this round, which is why I was blabbling on. It's an eco for Gamerlegion. A couple of kills is always good to see, but ultimately this round should go in the direction of Sprout. A missed shot on the AWP from Slacks. But yeah, ultimately, for Sprout at this point, should they win, need a massive win on round difference. Starting on the CT side, certainly would be the plus. 3-3 now, so Sprout with some recent success. Berry's brought the microphone down, so maybe there's going to be a attack pause coming in shortly. just to discuss things, because, okay, we've done a good job in tying the game. Now we need to make sure we're capitalizing upon it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly that.
Tactical timeout at the right time. These monitors are pretty cool. The fact that the Republic of Gamers sort of light shines through that little slit there from the logo. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm quite thankful that my monitor doesn't do that.
Why is that?
Because, mate, I play in complete darkness.
Okay.
The broadcasts are a lie. Like, I've bought a ring light specifically for it. That my light, obviously, in my room goes on as well. Other than that, like, as soon as this is over, they all go straight off, and I'm playing pitch black. So I think it would be, although fun in a set, yeah, well, maybe. Keels has just been stabbed by his teammate. Yeah, I might ruin my eyes, but do you know what? At the end of the day, I think more like RGB coloring would throw me off even more.
Fair
but
enough.
at least they're playing in like a room of light, you know, so it isn't impactful.
It's absolutely fine. Yeah, I actually have an Alienware monitor that has like a. I mean, it's hard to explain exactly how it is, but it also does have the RGB that shines on the picture of actually a poster of Overpass. Funnily enough, behind my
is that from
setup.
Mr. Wheezy T?
It actually isn't, but it's. I have one of his anyway. I have one of his, and I have a separate one that I got from Etsy. I'll share those with you one day, Retro. They are very cool. But anyway, important buy round coming in. A couple of frags coming in as well from Sprout. It puts them into a 4v3. A couple of duels in connector. And Laurenex, I think he knows exactly what he's doing right now. He's behind the play toward mid. This is going to be a free kill. Lovely burst toward Imma. No chance. Romanian on Romanian violence, unfortunately. But that was always going to happen. Acor creeping around in connector. Stair playing a very tough angle to find. But Shui still hits it. In the end, Acor will charge up as well. Gets a grenade straight to the edge, and we'll take Acor down to 64. Shui has fallen all the way back to get the bomb off the back of that, which makes sense as it's a 2v3 and there's only 35 seconds to go. So, oh, okay. Now, X doesn't seem to realise that long could be a possibility. I mean, I don't blame him. They are very split up right now. It's a weird round coming in for both these two teams, to be fair. Gamerlegion, Shui and Acor all over the place, and there goes the bomb. And look how far Acor is away. I mean, this round's over.
Yeah,
that was a very strange, just certain situations not grouping up and left them so far apart. It makes it impossible for Acor, and he can't even push through that molly, so he's going to go off and save.
I mean, when the bomb is not even on short, right? It's out towards in the monster pipe, and you've got 8 seconds left, and you've only just entered short water. You don't really stand much of a chance to be able to convert. And so for that, Sprout take the lead. If you look to the top middle, you see they were 3-0 down at one point here, Sprouts. They are making it work here on the CT side. Something to note, though, and is a topic of discussion that we've had a lot of chit-chat about, especially in that previous game when we saw Gamerlegion here on the A stream against Big, was that they went 12-3 up on the CT side. They're a very strong CT-sided team, very, very capable when it comes to the second half here, Gamerlegion. So, in all honesty, they just need to survive. 3 rounds. I mean, sure, it was enough against Big. I don't see it being enough against Sprout, but I would argue that we're not far from the goal here for Gamerlegion if they put up a similar CT performance.
That is true. There's 2 rounds are important, of course, on Overpass, and that's a beautiful way to enter the site. We've seen this already so far today, and there's another dink from the Tech-9, but Refresh and Zyphon are doing a great job against defending, or at defending against that, I should say. It's been a long day. Isaac and Acor, last 2 remaining, and Acor, unfortunately, with that AK, is down to 28 points of health, so with Laurenex creeping in as well through Monster, he clears it out in its entirety. The bomb is in water, as you can see with the X-ray. And despite an opening frag, Stair to drop first. Up to 9-3 is Stair, having a good start, but we'll drop in that one. Next 3 positions. And support from a teammate. Spots 1. Oh, he's down very low, doesn't need to reface that. Just have a bit of surf practice and stay away from the frag.
Done. I mean, Gamerlegion has spent half their time waiting for an opportunity. I mean, had they have killed Laurenex, Refresh is 9 points of health. You know, it's quite a close one. Maybe you do think about going for it. Ultimately, though, it's just better off you save. Better off you don't even think about it. Just bring the gun into the next round, right? You're going to have to eco the next anyway. Acor's happy to keep his AK. Isaac might just run in so he gets some money as well, considering he's only on a Tech-9. And Ultimately, it's good damage. No frag. Sprout, 5-3, 4 survive. They can start working on finances themselves. Slacks is going to accelerate in terms of finances. Stair should have enough to drop himself. And ultimately, Sprout will move forward. They are taking the lead. They're looking pretty strong at it as well. But we know they've got to keep this up.
And Acor's had to save the last 2 rounds, right? Which is not great for his own economy. It means he's had no loss bonus at all. Thankfully, it means that he still has the gun and he can actually buy a couple of grenades. $200 is enough for a smoke, and he will purchase that up right now. And of course, it doesn't matter as much anymore necessarily with the grenade drop update, of course. Completely changed the game in general, to be fair. One of the biggest meta changes in a while. And I think, to be fair, it's one of the main things that Valve have changed recently in Counter-Strike that's been a significant success, I would say. Grenade drop update has certainly made a lot of different plays come through. Saw it famously really start off being a big factor when Alexi started stacking nades and CT Dust 2 and kept constantly chucking them up towards short. I think he got like 900 utility damage or something ridiculous in one map. Constantly doing it, doing so much damage. So yeah, it doesn't matter too much anymore for Acor. He can buy up one and be dropped another. And now Nex is going aggressive toward Fountain with that smoke up. Trying to make something happen on the edge of it. Acor looking like he wants to peek past it, but he gets peeked just before that. Imma gets some revenge from that previous round.
Right. 5v4. Sprout now at the lower hand, but we know this scenario can go a bit wayward. Sprout very composed, especially in 4v5s. Slacks is a player that maybe is not the flashiest in terms of kills and deaths and, looking the strongest piece, but he certainly is a backbone to rely on, and that's been the storyline for Slacks in this team and why he's been kept for so long. He's actually the second highest rating throughout his entire stint in Sprout, and you've got to think that's double any other player on this roster. He's actually higher rated than Lauanex throughout the entirety of his stay in Sprout than Lauanex is himself. So, there's a lot of chit-chat about, Slacks isn't a great AWPer. If you want to do your research, he's been a brilliant asset for Sprout over the year and 10 months he's been here.
Yeah.
Up to that 2-year anniversary. This is one of those rounds that maybe you can just rely on Slacks. He's got an AWP. We know what he's like. Maybe I've cursed him, but maybe he brings out some excellence.
Don't worry, the caster curse doesn't exist. This has actually already happened, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, yeah. So he kills 4 in the round then, right? If I read that correctly.
Definitely. You might actually get caught in the open here. He's flashed off the angle and has to actually aggress further through bathroom. This could be a big problem. Isaac's looking at it, and the quick flick close up is going to give him no chance at all. And the end of utility is really what forced him forward. Yeah, it's absolutely Retro's fault. Everyone blame him. At EU_Retro on Twitter. DM him and tell him he's an idiot. Yeah. Deserved. I'm kidding, don't. He's a good guy. Easy round for Gamerlegion, and they're going to do it with 5 players alive as well.
I think the thing going for Sprout right now is, and the reason why they probably won't be too panicked is they've still got money to work with, right? Slacks is at 9 grand nearly. Lauanex and Stair both have enough with the loss bonus behind it to buy themselves, and Zyphon's doing a bit of damage to that Gamerlegion economy that's treading on very thin ice right now. So more than happy to give Sprout the space now, maybe, because they do understand keeping 5 rifles would have been unbelievable. Now only 4. Isaac might have to upgrade himself down to a Galil or down to a Mac 10. I mean, does have enough for an AK and armor, sure, but it's just less utility, and that could be an argument made very soon. Fist bumps all around, though, for Gamerlegion as they find themselves a stroke of luck. But can they run with it?
Yeah. Someone in chat says, it's Lonks, not Lauanex. Counter argument. Lauanex has said that his name comes from his adoration of FNX. And his name, of course, is Laurentin. So Lau NX. And that's how he doesn't mind it being pronounced. But he's fine with Lonks as well. So both are fine. All good. I think Machine said Lonks Major a couple of times. I think Sponge did too. And he said he was fine with it. So both are fine in his book. And if that's the case, that is all good.
His pickup line is, my name is Lauanex, but you can call me a god.
Interesting.
Outright god, I should say.
Has that got you any success?
Absolutely not.
Slacks in connector gets a lovely second flick. Shui will drop. That's a superb shot to take. Kios. Quick fire trade off the top of the stairs, and Stair plays the smoke fade as well. That is often the way to go. and get your vision first. And he will nab that frag and get away with a man advantage for his team. Refresh is going hunting. It's a little bit dangerous. He could easily give up a situation here, but I think he realized exactly what was going on. He heard the timings, and that's unfortunate timings on that one, though. His first set of timings were good. His second set of pulling out his utility was certainly not. Kios takes him out, picks up the bomb. They know exactly where he is. So Stair and Zyphon can play this accordingly. The Danish duo. He's going toward B. I believe that Zyphon's playing a line, which means he may be able to see the feet and actually does go for it. But even though the spray is laboured, he just about gets away with it. That could have possibly given Kios a bomb plant or something more. But Sprout recover. Good stuff. And we are set.
Pretty nice double kill to open the round there, Slacks, but ultimately... Oh, there we go. Timeout, timeout. Berry wants a chat with the lads. And the microphone comes down. Yo, guys, I feel a bit lonely. What do we want for dinner later? Stairs like, I don't know, dude. Is there any, like, burger places around? I wonder what food there is in the Espoo. I jokingly said to Josh, or Dweg, obviously he's going to Espoo. I think he's flown out today, right? And I've seen Heku's already there. I think all of the talent are arriving, ready and raring to go. The food choice, mate. I've heard there's some good food out there.
Interesting.
Hoping I get live updates as to what. I very much doubt the talk here is about food. It's probably about the Counter-Strike, because a very important matchup here for Sprout. Something that I completely overlooked, right? Just thinking, oh yeah, it's a table. You know, this affects the rest of the board. This matchup in its entirety, right? With both teams having very equal round difference. If Gamerlegion are to win, I think it's 16-8. They actually beat Sprout on round difference. That's where we're at. Or 16-9, excuse me. Right. Because obviously Gamerlegion go +9, then they'll level up to 0. Sprout will go -9, and they then go -1 on round difference. So, yeah, if Gamerlegion are to win, it needs to be at a minimum of 16-9 to get out of groups here. Well, a maximum, sorry, of 16-9.
Gotcha. Seems like we've got that one sorted out. Oh, Max actually hits that shot. Ooh. And in the end, okay, it's Refresh to get both. Kios and Isaac. And absolutely nowhere. We can see on the minimap right now where they've gone down. I think that was just a monster smoke spray, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely sure, actually. We didn't catch that whatsoever. It might have been in con. Yeah, you can see Refresh is in that position there. Just takes both of them. But Slacks actually does get found by Shuey. And now Shuey's got control of the A bomb site. Sure, it's a 2v4, but they've got, decent after plant utility. If Emma can get into the action here, and Shuey maybe at least get one more kill. Doesn't want to pull out his utility as of yet, and he'd be smart not to, because he gets that free frag on Stair, but unfortunately, Emma wasn't there quick enough. And Shuey was not given an opportunity to throw his utility and maybe hold off a couple of these players. Emma goes for the long-range spray. Zyphon takes him out. And Sprout are looking a lot more solid right now, and they're edging ever closer to what feels like a guaranteed playoff berth.
Certainly the case. I don't think for Sprout their focuses are, you know what, we can lose, but it has to be by X amount. It's literally, we want to win this game. We want to make sure we're guaranteed playoffs. And of course, that in turn is important for them, because winning it will push them up further in the tally. Obviously, on the B stream, it's Ents versus Big, right? And so if Sprout are to win, they go 4-1. Ents versus Big, one of those teams is going 3-2. So if Sprout are to win this, not only are they guaranteed top 3, but they're guaranteed top 2 off the back of it. And if that Ents Big game's close and Sprout win it one-sided, there's a chance they take number 1. So as much as we can sit here and say that the top 3 is pretty chosen if Sprout are to win, it's the order in top 3 that we're going to be keeping our keen eye on.
Indeed, I will most certainly keep my eye on that as well. Keep you guys up to date to the best of my ability. Best of our ability. Last BO1 on the mainstream of the day. And at the moment, Ents versus Big is currently at 9-6 at the half for Ents. So
it's close, mate. It's close.
It is close. Keep it low next, man.
Stair. That's probably how he got the kills in the last round, right? Just a comp push. Maybe there was a smoke in the way in the previous, but he beams 2 down. Isaac and Shuey left unresponseless with Tech 9s and Deagles in this one. He caught Kios, Ime left. And I'm guessing at this point in time, they do have a fair bit of utility to use, so they're not exactly just going to run it in and just hope that something happens in the next round. My guess is, at this very moment, maybe you want to push out Con. Multi-pronged push on towards B, and it would be a bit of a misplay because it's triple stacked, but, you know, they'll go for something funky. It's Gamerlegion at the end of the day. Shui's already got, or always, excuse me, got tricks up his sleeve.
He does. Acor has got literally nothing in this round until he finally finds the Tech 9 on the floor. He was the utility man in this one, saving up for the future AWP, of course, with 3,100 in the bank. And they're going to go for this B play you mentioned. Maybe a little bit of a boost. They do have this picked up Galil on Imma. Maybe they can find an entry, but right now Sprout are playing basically every single position possible that avoids this particular angle. In water, right side of monster, and close monster as well, and they make noise falling down into water. 30 seconds to go. I think they should go for loss bonus here. There's no reason saving, even with this Galil. And Imma can obviously buy utility too, but I think they should be taking the loss bonus here. In this one, Launex will flank Acor, given no chance at all. Imma gets himself that one kill, but Refresh trades it. And Sprout are looking solid as a rock right now. It's no wobbly Sprout. It's a firm one.
Yeah, pretty solid stuff. And obviously in the grand scheme of things as well, sure, it's an eco for Gamerlegion, and financially they're not too hurt over it. It's Sprout's money that you've got to keep more of an eye on, because Stare, 5.1k, Launex, 3.3, Refresh, 2.4, Slacks, $8,500, and that's post-AWP investment and utility. He's got a lot of money in his pockets. It makes up for Zyphon's measly 450, but for Gamerlegion, they don't have the luxury of having the rich on their team. Everyone basically scrambling whatever they can to get themselves on the board for a 5th round.
Yep. I think the rain that you spoke about earlier that was pelting it down near you has reached me.
Mate, I've just had to shut the... Literally, just then I shut the window fully because it is freezing outside.
Yes, we always have to hope that the internet doesn't get blown out in scenarios like this. It's definitely blowing hard outside.
Imagine what it's like in Espoo, mate. Exactly. If it's cold here, it's bloody freezing in Finland, mate. Absolutely. I don't know how they do it. Actual Vikings over there. I don't know, man, because...
They'll be walking out. They'll be out in the streets topless tomorrow. No doubt about it.
Yeah, shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, dear. Right, 50 seconds to go in the round. Gamerlegion still have good utility. They've got 2 smokes, plenty of flashes. They can go for a B execute here if they really want to. There's obviously that run smoke you can do to smoke off heaven. That's the one that lineup that's not from short. Yeah, have an opportunity to possibly do that. And they have to make a call on what they want to do. Emma's still lurking around the bathroom area, but he is committed to this lurk, and it will only be a lurk because 30 seconds to go and everyone's creeping up. Here's the smoke I was thinking about. Acor has fallen back toward the T-spawn to throw this one in. It will go toward heaven, I believe. But Refresh is here and will flash off the pillar to go for a bit of a peek. And as the reload comes in, that might be when Sprout choose to defend it, because Gamerlegion are choosing to pounce on it. Imma and Kiosk clean up everyone toward Monster, but 10 seconds, they have to hurry up with the plant. I think they're going to manage it. They're fine. They delay it, and they get their reward.
Oh, Stare. How does he get away with one? And a good tag. Imma, well-placed HE. One in response from Slacks, but it doesn't do nearly as much. His sidearm is probably better used than his primary in this round, but he does not want to give it a stab. Instead, it's a save. Gamerlegion take 5. Personally, Trav, I'm starting to get a bit worried here because we know how strong Gamerlegion CT side is. 5 rounds. That's a critical amount. I mean, that would have been enough to take down Big had they've got that on their T side. So, yep. Yeah, scary. Very, very scary now. Sprout, of course, second best in round number 13. Smart to save the AWP. Money is still looking pretty good, but you just don't want to give the big green back across. It's a massive expense. You can cut around. And, well, heading into the penultimate of this first half. Sprout, in an ideal world, need both remaining rounds here.
Indeed. I've just seen a message in chat. Apparently it's -1 in Espoo right now. That, just by anyone's standards, is a little bit chilly, I would say.
Just a bit. I tell you what, the coldest place I've ever been to, I think it was this time last year, I went to Poland. Okay. And me being me, stubborn young man, thought, I'll be all right. Maybe like a pair of joggers, jeans, like a hoodie at max. Mate, I was shivering. It was so cold. And that was like, I think 5 or 6 degrees, you know. Like, we've had cold days in England, but I tell you what, it was something else out in Poland. Imagine what it's like in Finland.
No, honestly.
-1? Like, mate, that's That is one reason to just live in like the boot camp, right? For the players.
For sure.
Do not want to go outside. I mean, they don't
get the hand warmers
they
out.
Probably do, but yeah, mate, it's hand warmers, it's fluffy socks, it's, you know,
everything.
Joggers, maybe jeans if you like that. I'm more of a joggers guy, but you know what I mean. Like it's warm up, fellas, warm up.
Yeah, I'm more of a joggers guy as well, but I've been trying out some jeans lately and they've been going pretty well. Anyway, the optional toward long actually comes up empty-handed for both Acor and Slacks. Often you see both of them miss a shot like that. The chance on that one, maybe a bit of a blurry scope. Launex goes for the frag, takes it. He is very blind for the follow-up though. The timing, I think, on Stairs Flash was a little bit off there. If the kill feed is not lying to me, which it often can, I will say. Minute 15. I'm going to go back toward B. Yeah, I mean, even in Cologne this year, right? I had the pleasure to go as a spectator to IEM Cologne, and even when it was like 12, 11 degrees next to the river, I was feeling the cold, even with the hoodie on and everything. So maybe that's just me. Standoff in Monster. There are 3 players on one side and 2 players on the other. Smoke Fade being played. Refresh only gets 1.
Brilliant.
Smoke Fade is so hard to guess and counter, but Slack is still on the site, dancing around the pillar. Another player's coming his way. That is Shui. He tags him through the edge of that pillar, actually. Shui's going to jump up and try and do some work, but that's a beautiful shot toward Acor, and Slacks finishes it off. Big round of applause from Berry, the coach. We love that one. Slacks turns up to play.
That's a brilliant 3K. And the fact that he stuck behind pillar there, right, has to isolate a fight. For Gamerlegion, I don't even think they necessarily play that wrong. It was just a bit of mistiming. It was as Shui, I think, tucked it in to try and throw a molly in on water or a smoke of some sort. It Slacks that swings that managed to catch off the monster push. And then ultimately it's a 1v1. And I think with Shui in that scenario, does the right thing in swinging close, but Slacks just blasts him down with an O-scope. Very fortunate positioning from Slacks, but it's one that rewards this Sprout side, and they are one away from finding double digits, which is the norm here on Overpass.
It is the norm. 10 is going to be a success, I would say. But Gamerlegion and their CT halves, which have been very consistent in recent times on this map, could most certainly make a good comeback, especially with the pistol. We shall see. Great frag from Slacks once again. He's feeling it now. He's confident. Takes down Emma toward long. That's a hard shot to hit, to be fair, with the rock angle being crossed very quickly. Could have fast reactions for that shot. Makes it comfortably. Shui clearing out connector. 6 on the board for Gamerlegion's T side with, I think, Biasu for Shui.
God damn it, man.
I'm sorry.
You flamed me
time.
last game. Yeah, Twitch chat are going to love that, man. It's
no, they're not.
The whole time.
They're going to think
they will,
cringe.
They will. No. Now you've given them a reason to spam cringe. You should have just left it at that.
Okay,
everyone will be typing Sue, and you would have got your wish. And Twitch chat will be very happy that we've mentioned it.
I know.
Speaking of, needs to provide a massive round here. Round number 15, 23 seconds. It's the final moment of this round. They've got to make pressure. They've alleviated some of it. That's Siphon with a tag. It's Refresh this time that plays on Pillar. There's your first kill. 12 seconds. You need to get out the site. You need this bomb plant. Isaac and Kios do provide. It's a plant behind the sandbags. They think the volley is enough. It sure as hell isn't. As now they settle into the post plant for the final time here on the CT side. They are going to make their move here. Slacks is going to spot Kios as he heads into water. There's your first. A molly towards short to segregate these two players, to split them apart, but Slacks with a missed shot leaves it all down to Stair. There's his first, but needs a second. Sees where the bomb's planted for. It's got to be planted for short, mate. It's obvious that it's there. A swing out will give the information. Goes for the tag. Stair this time sticks. Will he turn around? Does he bite it? He does, but Acor hits the shot. It's a good half from Gamerlegion. Welcome back. Second half underway. 9-6 at the halftime whistle. Sprout leading by 3, but now they've got the more difficult job of the T side here, Trav. The T side. You know what? 3-round buffer. Me personally, I wouldn't say it's enough. But if there is a team that can perform, it would be Sprout here.
Yeah, they have a lot of experience, of course, on this map. Shui even looking for the Little boost coming in there. Over the top of it, looking for the utility. But in the end, Kios actually gets completely overwhelmed with the flashbang coming in from Refresh. And that's a beautiful tap long range from Slacks. Immo is very stuck. Even though he has 30 bullet clip of these dual Berettas, he's not going to get away with a single kill. Lauernex takes him out comfortably. And now there could be a knife coming in here. Do they want to go for it? Oh, Stare, you spoiled sport. That was a free knife kill and free money. Come on. I believe in you next time. Don't let me down. Anyway, important pistol in their favour. All said and done.
All right, an interesting one. I think for Sprout, definitely should have been penalised a little bit more for that pistol. But they do get away with a win there, and that's important. And so 10-6. Gamerlegion down by 4, and Eco means M4's in the next. A lot on the line, it feels like here, Mr. Trav in the next round, because ultimately for Sprout, it goes 11-6, and then Gamerlegion lose the full buy, that's 12-6, and the climate becomes a little more intense. For Gamerlegion, they can relieve and alleviate a lot of the pressure should they just win the full buy in the next round. Like, there's a lot depending on it, a lot riding on it, it feels like.
Yeah, for sure. Gamerlegion going for the full eco option. Often it can depend on scoreline as to what you decide to do in this round, but I do like the full eco option, of course. T side, it makes sense if you don't get the bomb planted, you get the AKs in third. In the CT case, the Stare gets spooked and will hop away from what he's pretty sure he saw 3 people, but in the end he actually does lose his life. So that should be a free AK. Definitely trying to pump up the cash with the MAP 10, but yeah, saving that extra cash and going for the M4s in the third, considering how powerful that gun is, and only 2,900, is often the way to go. Toughed up if it's a slightly closer range map like Inferno. Often the force buy comes in. Refresh will leap at Isaac, take him out midair. Now next is hunting for Acor. Little does he know he's directly below him. Should be a foot spotted though, and even though Acor's hit the movement to get onto that tiny ledge above the ladder, in the end his foot shows too much and he will go down. So good clean up from Sprout, but more damage on that round than perhaps they will have wanted by Gamerlegion.
And that's the give and take. That is seriously the up and down of that round. Tack time up called. You can see, there you go, Lauernex. He's chatting, so I'm under the impression this is Sprout's call. This is Barry that wants to have a little chin wag with his teammates. Obviously, for Gamerlegion, Ash is going to be, using those vocal cords a bit as well. Listen to Shuey, listen to Ash. What do we have in store? Because at the end of the day, it's a very integral buy for Gamerlegion. I set it up nicely in the previous, and I'll say it again here. Do or die, effectively. It's the difference between 12-6 and 11-7. And I know that sounds like, well, that's only one round difference. But you've got to understand, for the money's sake, Gamerlegion can't really afford to let it get to 12-6 because they eco, it's 13-6. And then basically, you've got one final full buy to try and represent the entirety of your CT half. And that's a lot of pressure. So a lot on this round, it feels like. A lot riding on it, at least.
Exactly. Acor has enough for his AWP as well. It is a glass cannon, of course, but it's important that he at least has it. He'll pull back out off of his connector peak as charge up long. Jersey being thrown. That's a flash just to send the player past the connector, I believe. And Lauernex has actually made his way up long a lot further than I think Gamerlegion are realising here. There's so much utility being used in mid that Lauernex could spring a surprise, but Shuey just checks it at the right time. Immo stuck in bathroom, doesn't exactly know which way to shoot, and he gets taken out by Zyphon. Disgusting shot. Refresh takes one, but Shuey seals it. Unless Zyphon can clutch 1v3.
So a lot of clutches for Sprout against Harvu. Facing a different beast, though, in Gamerlegion. And this is a side that feels a little more prepared than what we saw out in Inferno. Obviously for Zyphon as well, one smoke to his name. A bomb plant would be nice, maybe a kill. There's 2 players. Oh, hold on. Oh, mate.
Okay.
That smoke was completely on the fly. But that has landed in prime positions. I think he's coming out monster. Does take the first fight. There's your first. A second could be on the table. Zyphon tries to make the noise if he's jumping up, but miss spray. Shuey just about holds on. And you could see the immediate reaction there was a sigh of relief. It wasn't any smiles because he knows if he goes down there, that round is pear-shaped. And Ash seems to be standing up, having a look over the monitor, wondering if that's going to be another timeout called for Sprout. Obviously, you can see no panic for Mr. Stare. Just a swig of water, a technical timeout coming in from the Gamerlegion side, it feels like. But ultimately, they still have cash, right? They're on the T side. They played a bonus, so no worries at all.
Yeah, we all know how technically gifted Zyphon is. Mentioned by ex-teammates like Nico Odos and other players as well, that he's one of basically the most talented in Denmark, which says a lot. Nico Odos has played with a lot of them, so you have to trust his opinion on that one.
He's been around the block, you know.
He has, yeah. So what's your opinion, Retro? I need to hear this one, because you've been to Europe a few times.
Okay.
Seeing some water being ingested. Sparkling or still?
No, I knew that was going to be the question. No, sparkling water drinkers are
God bless.
base.
You're a man of culture. What Germany's obsession with sparkling water? I will never understand.
I don't get it.
I'm looking for still everywhere in Cologne, and I'm like, it's all sparkling, man. Please give me some still water to refresh myself. Not this stuff that bubbles in my throat, please.
And honestly, it's TV static. You are drinking TV static. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. To be fair, I say that you're a beta male for drinking sparkling. If you can drink sparkling water and like actually hold it down without pulling any funny faces, then you deserve a medal, because I cannot stand it. Like, I
can deal with it, but I would never choose it in a million years. So
someone baited me as well. They were like, "Oh, do you want a bottle of water?" I was in Europe. "Oh yeah, do you want a bottle of water?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And then yeah, it was sparkling. And by then, like, I couldn't get water anywhere else, and you couldn't drink it out of the taps. So it was like, I either drink sparkling or I parch. And that's the only time I think I've willingly drunk sparkling water.
Well, you are, I mean, it's a long way to go. Maybe your taste buds will change over the years, but I have a feeling neither of ours will on that one. Anyway, 5v3, two good opening picks from Gamerlegion in this one. We saw Imma go aggressive for his, and Kios just catches Zyphon on the transition. Slack's working his way toward long. There's a player in the cubby. The question is, will he hard clear him? And he does. That's a really good frag to take. Take some damage, but Imma will drop. And that might make Gamerlegion think there's more presence toward A than there actually is.
Especially when it's your AWPer that's selling it as well. Like, you can't even line the kill feed with the names. It's Slacks with an AWP that's found a kill on A. So it really does sell it all. And if Slacks continues to move forward, he could just find a second. Fires the shot. Moves away. 20 seconds now. It's a B. Push. Refresh. That is absurd.
Okay.
6 points of health. One last dance towards B, but that is a bomb plant secured, and Gamerlegion down to just Shui and Acor. An AWP invested from Slacks that is the fake, the decoy to this play. And a mighty double from Refresh could just give Sprout 12. They've just got to play time as Refresh nails another shot. Acor's down to 8 points of health. There's no chance. There's no way you're getting back into this one. Acor will peep his head over a couple of times in heaven, but he ducks onto the AWP, and he wants to get out of dodge. That's Gamerlegion that should be on 8, instead concede a 12th.
Damn, what a round to take. Refresh. It's a casting cliche, but he most certainly led by example on that one. That was glorious. You don't see that every day. And I really thought that even the rotating players coming in had a chance to retake that. Shui, of course, was very low in water, but he gets bailed out by Refresh. And what a recovery in that round. That is one that's come out a bit out of left field, it has to be said.
Yeah.
3 versus 5.
Yeah, you got to remember that setting as well, as you said. Forcing Gamerlegion's hand to force buy.
Yeah.
2 M4s. Kios is on a USP. Don't worry, guys. Feel like that's a bit of a misplay. Yeah, I was going to say, surely there's a gun waiting for him. It's an M4, so a third premium CT-sided rifle. With 2 deagles to accompany it. It's a full house of weaponry, and it's not looking strong for Gamerlegion, especially when both players are herded up into water. Zyphon, while blind through the wall, will find Shui and Isaac. Sure, he was on a deagle to begin with. He gets the upgrade to the M4. He does play the angle in Splinter. Excuse me! Isaac, where's that come from? 2 kills, Acor removed from Slacks' AWP, but it's still level pegging.
That was glorious.
And with the bomb being in water, this is difficult. Sprout have got to go forward here to claim it back.
Yeah, that was unbelievable from Isaac. That's all 3 kills in the round from him so far. Despite the heroics from Zyphon, who was basically blind going for that spray toward ABC. Money will come in towards CT. Isaac is still residing in pit next to the bomb. He's on for the ace right now. Spots the angle, tries to spray Stair right through the edge, and he makes it happen. Imma, in the end, bails him out. And now Slacks is caught in the open. Has a smoke, but there's no point putting out utility now. Pulls the trigger on the first shot, and he's getting jumped on. Hits the first quick scope, and oh my goodness. Look at the reaction from Isaac. An actual sit back in his chair, as if to say, goodness gracious me, that was way too close. Nice try, Slacks again. He's having a really good game when it comes to these impactful frags, but in the end, Gamerlegion recover it, mostly thanks to Isaac, it has to be said.
Oh my word. Jesus. That was close. Tag timeout called. Chewy. Really having a chat with Ash. Berry. Had a chat with Refresh. That round. That was way too close.
Someone in chat put, yes, the bomb is in sparkling water right now.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe that's the.
I'll give you that one.
Short water and sparkling water. That was actually very funny. Very funny.
Actually, Twitch chat does come out with some gems sometimes. I'll give it that.
Mate, do you know what? People are very quick to like dunk on Reddit and things like that. I find it hilarious, some of the stuff that like people make up in their minds. Just, I don't know.
Because you're a young Zoomer, that's why. You think everything's funny like that.
I'm not having that. I am not.
Okay, fair enough.
Stair, I mean, you might as well give the AK elsewhere, fella, because while I like the idea of getting aggressive, you being on 31 points of health doesn't help anyone. Wondering if his steps are going to be heard from Ime on the map currently in party. Oh my word. This is massive.
He has no clue.
Backing up, but not looking towards sight. There's going to be a rotation coming up in the form of Shuey. As long as he goes dumpster and not in bank, Stair will now be calling, guys, go B. I have a worldie of a flank. Shuey's going to clear sight. He's going to check down. It's a game of timing, and Stair has them in check. Now the question is, how many questions can he? How many people can he kill from this position? That's the question. Spots your first. There it is. But he doesn't split the second. It's out on short. There's a player that goes deep. But Stair will resume the position of heaven. Kios' position compromised. And with a player in the heavens and a lurk out on short, it's all hands tied for Gamerlegion. As you jump into the jaws of Refresh Acor, Shuey will catch off Siphon. But Lauernex with a double. It's Kios through the smoke. And Sprout made light work. A timing from Stair on low HP. A ridiculous, ludicrous approach to Overpass, and it gives Sprout hope.
Oh my goodness. What a situation.
Wow.
You mentioned to begin with in that round that Stair took 89 points of damage to run through that Molotov and get up toward long, but who cares if it's a round-winning play? And look at that. Absolutely perfect. He says to his team, listen guys, I've got all the way through A, all the way through long. I'm behind the B play. And he gets that clean spray, and of course, before he even takes that kill, he makes sure that all of his teammates are grouped up outside B to take advantage of that as much as possible. It doesn't mean much if it's just a solitary kill. It means everything when it's a round-winning play. Organize it as a group. And they did it to perfection. It's those rounds like that which make this Sprout team so exciting. We mentioned Lauernex many times. We've mentioned Zyphon many times. Stair is up there. Can have this ridiculous impact. That's why that maybe one day you might get the upgrades, you could say, in the future. But don't forget, we saw that lovely HLTV article, I believe it was, from or something along those lines from Sprout, that statement where they were like, Astralis asked us to swap Farley for Stair. And we said, no, thank you. Classic.
That was funny on Reddit as well. Wasn't it like they said, oh, a rumor.
Yeah.
Bid offer for Stair, and then the Sprout GG social media. No. No thanks, or something like that. It's very funny.
No.
Great shot from the big man of Stair to open things up. Very sloppy on a second, but Lauernex should be here to respond. Imma, a dink through the smoke. Chewy and himself able to mop up a little bit here. Refresh lets it go. But the bomb, in turn, will just make its way up towards A. And in a 4v4, even with the rifle in the hands of Imma, I don't see this round going the way of Gamerlegion. At least, they shouldn't be penalised. Should just be 14. Messi, there you go. An AK dropped in no man's land. Slacks will just hold it down, make sure its teammates can't get a hold of it here. and ultimately the rest of the pieces just fall into place. Great shot from Isaac on the headshot angle. The USP doing very well. Dink, good damage, will get tagged up, and Xiphon to remove. Sprout, another round, 14-8.
Impressive stuff from the Sprout boys. Staying calm, collected. They go as a group. They go as a pack. They don't go 1v1 against those pistols. The police are outside.
I was going to say, mate,
they're looking for a Sprout right now.
A report of fire on the server. It's a heated game account.
That's what living in London gets you. Police cars going past your house every now and then.
Never the issue, mate. I'm quite, it's like on my own. It's like, I live in like a village, town, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like, I'm in an area where like no police cars go by. So I've never had that issue, but 100% I could see that being a problem. And well, Stare, he's gotten away with gimmicks twice in a row now. This time punished. Third tries your charm. It's Imma yet again to find the first kill for Gamerlegion. And this time, backing away. Play the numbers game.
Yeah, this is the right way to do it. They need every round they can get now. I'm almost 100% sure that whatever happens here, Gamerlegion can't qualify if round difference matters.
Can't, no.
So, unfortunately, that is the case. But you know, still, they can put in a good fight for it.
And if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the day, the Heat Harvu game would determine who goes 12th, 11th, and who goes 10-9th, which is...
So prize money?
No, it's the exact same.
No?
I was going to mention. Okay. I was going to mention prize money, and I started that off, then checked, and then it's $4,000. So
yeah.
Not even playing for more marbles at this point. It is just for pride, and I guess the old strip on Liquipedia saying where you placed.
Yeah. Check it yourself, and we'll see. Refresh actually goes for that duel against Acor with the back of dice. Making a lot of presence right now is Refresh. He's going to leap through that smoke, and yeah, time is a big problem because B is actually the focal point in this play. Good frag from Xiphon, but he's just the only one there, and yeah, it's going to be an easy cleanup. Slax was the one with the bomb, and guess what? There was 6 seconds when they decided to go for that play, and he was outside Monster, so no chance in this one. Gamerlegion will secure their 9th and survive with 4 players alive, which is good for the future if they're to make a little bit of a comeback coming in here. I can confirm to you that Ents have beaten Big 16-9 on the B stream.
Right. Okay, so I have news for you.
Go on.
Sprout, as long as they win this, at a minimum 16-12. So that's 16-12, 16-11, 16-10, 16-9. Any of those combinations, they will go number 1 in the group.
Right.
Oh no, I tell a lie. I was looking at points, not round difference. They need to win.
Damn it, Retro.
Sorry, they can't get first now. Sorry, I was looking at points. It was 12 and 9. I was like, mate, round difference of 3. I don't know how that's happened, but no, I'm correct in saying 21-8. It is now impossible for Sprout to go first. So this simply at this point, right, winning this secures them the 2nd place. That's all they're fighting for at this point. Losing this would actually, I mean, in some weird way, if it's 16-14, would put them above Big still. So
okay,
there's no way, unless this goes to OT, that Sprout get 3rd place. So actually, it's a bit sad that it happens this way. Ents are guaranteed number 1. The round difference is too big. Sprout are guaranteed number 2 because Big's round difference is like too far away from Sprout, even if they lose here in regulation, which is absurd to think about.
Yeah, get those debateds in chat. I've been debated by Retro.
Sorry.
Yeah, Gamerlegion looking to clean up this round. Emma's going for a bit of a flank to all these players working their way up bathrooms. And he spotted the information. That's all he really needs. Doesn't need to take the duel just yet. He can just tell everyone on the team what is going on. Aiko actually, I believe, didn't have a helmet there. So that PT50 is a 1-tap for Stare. But Shiri clears them up nicely. Helped up by Kios. Gamerlegion will continue to stay alive in this BO1. Lots of work to do for them to recover it still, but now they're just playing for a little bit of pride, I would say.
Of course.
The classic saying, unless I'm very much mistaken. I am very much mistaken.
UK math, someone's just put in chat. Yeah, okay. I did get an E. That was the story earlier on as well. I don't know where I messed up, but yes, very correct. Very, very correct. But yeah, I'll just reiterate for a final time for those that maybe weren't listening or got confused in the mayhem. Nth's round difference is currently 21, like plus 21. Sprout, before this game is accounted for, is plus 8. Biggs is plus 3, so I don't think there's any movement there. Isaac will find the first kill, second kill. Refresh will gun him down. Close range Tech 9 will find some success. The AK pulled out for another. And actually, he's starting to do some damage here, maybe. As Stare, low HP, left in the 1v2. We'll just see Shuey focusing on his teammates and the nade coming in. There we go. That's what we wanted to see.
That's what we wanted to see.
The nade comes in. And we were just getting ready for the camera, mate. That's all. We were just double checking it was in the right place. Let's catch Shuey's reaction. He's more than happy.
Yeah. A split-second T-Tours. No more than that. Pretty good. But, yeah, this is a good comeback from Gamerlegion. Now, we mentioned before, didn't we, that as we come toward the end of today's play in Group A, and of course we'll be finding out who will make it through, there were many circumstances which could have happened, that probably the 4 best teams in the group were fighting over 3 spots. So there always was going to be someone disappointed. I would say Gamerlegion perhaps don't necessarily have the pedigree yet of a Sprout, Big, or Ents, even though they had that run at the major. So you know, they're slightly fresher than I think those other teams. But yeah, it's have to see how it goes. 5 versus 3. For Sprout in this one, there's a chance to get to match point. Isaac, Shuri, and Acor looking to try and recover this one. Shuri going aggressive toward long, looking for some information at least. That's what you have to do, unfortunately, in a 3v5. You just have to go aggressive and look for something, otherwise you'll just be stranded on an island away from the action. Acor toward pillar, double checking the boost just to be doubly sure. He knows that Sprout could easily throw this into the equation when they have a 2-man advantage. 35 seconds to go, and Sprout have to make the call, and it will be a call towards the B bomb site. Shui's on a fast flank toward the connector position, but in the end, it finishes as quickly as it started, and Sprout are up to 15, 1 round away from securing their victory.
Trav, I'll shut up about round difference and stuff because it's brought to light my English isn't great. So we'll get everything confirmed once the game is over, but there is every opportunity, I do believe.
Yeah, we'll have the graphics for you guys. Yeah. So we are 100% sure when we got the graphic at the end of the game.
Terrible. My maths has been terrible. I'm not going to lie, mate. It's okay. I need to go back to
okay, so just for a rundown, guys, ignore everything that Retro said earlier.
Yes, 100%. It's fully MB. Ignore me. You're fighting for all the marbles. Listen, it's a best of 1 anyway. You're going to be winning it anyways, right? Like, Sprout aren't going to be here to lose a game and go on round difference and what have it. Like, they just want to win. Push higher up. That's where we're at right now. 15-11. Map point to Sprout. It's an AWP in the hands of Slacks. AK-47s across the rest of the board, at least, in similar response. Acor tries to fire off. Does not connect. Instead, Stare tries to take his place, but Acor playing a little more passive. Let's be cautious, and actually, it's a gamble towards B. Now, that is a massive, massive risk, but look where the bomb is heading.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. 45 seconds to go in the round. They're going to make their way through Monster pretty quickly. Laurenex is ready and rowing to go. You're ready rowing for the flash, actually. He's just waiting for it on the edge of the plywood at the moment. Slack still has that line. If they pounce right now, I think it would be the correct call. Morton will come in for the Toxic Barrel. Acor gets his 1, but Refresh trades it, and he takes Isaac as well. There goes the 5-7. There goes Kios at the hands of Zyphon. And Gamerlegion's resistance is coming to an end here. 4 versus 2 for Sprout. 14 seconds in the round. Slacks can very comfortably get this one planted. There's no utility to force him off of it. And they know they've got a player stuck toward ABC as well. Emma finds 1, and actually Shuey gets another as well. But their health is not looking great whatsoever. Barely 60 between them. Knows that they're close. Actually goes down to Shuey. So now it's actually going to be Refresh on the clutch. So this has got a bit closer than I expected, but it's a very easy clutch, you could say. But now he's down to 5 points of health himself. He'll get jumped at by Shuey. I believe there's time for the defuse.
Plenty
that should have not have ever happened? Gamerlegion, stay alive.
Okay.
I was building that up to be a finale.
Yes,
and
I know you
Gamerlegion
were.
say no.
All right.
Wow. What a rebuttal.
That's insane.
Isaac, 21-21, leading the way on Gamerlegion. Shiri once again stepping up at an important time with the FAMAS as well, and they were both such low health. I think if Refresh was 100 HP, they would have been totally fine off the back of that one. But looks like Sprout are focused on Monster and the B-bomb site once again. In comes Utility, fast play. We've seen Sprout be so successful with these in the past. Up close and personal toward Barrel, but Kios recovers. Takes Laurenex out. Slacks his P250 is removed. Isaac gets himself a frag as well. It's a lovely frag from Zyphon and gets a spray transfer with that Galil as well. But no more than that. Goodness me, what an attempt that was. Unfortunately, it's just the two. And Gamerlegion are getting ever closer. Bit of frustration on the Sprout faces. They want this one closed out as quickly as possible. And any inkling of overtime is something they don't want to consider.
Yes, getting close. Very, very close. Sprout, I mean, it's a bit of a, I don't know. It's not a wild play because you have enough for an AWP, AKs, utility, everything. It's only Refresh that has to take the deduction down to a Galil. But I will say one thing, and that is that it all chips to the middle of felt in number 29, not in number 30. And a great shot from A-Core after a very responsive Slacks on the AWP means a 1-for-1 on the big greens. And Isaac actually finding another. Sprout are a man down. Zyphon going to join his teammate out on short. Laurenex getting tapped down by Isaac. 2v4.
And don't forget, it was a 4v2 for Sprout. In the round they could have won to seal the BO1. So, things are changing. Swings and roundabouts. Slacks last alive. We've got a guaranteed round 30 coming in here. And you never know. We could go on further. Imogen would, of course, stick on the CT side as well. There goes the AWP. And they're feeling it right now.
Okay. (15-14). Down to the final whistle. Down to the full 90 plus 6. Are we going to go to a penalty shootout, or is it simply Sprout that get it all done? A-Core having a good look over the railing.
Checking the double boost, or the quad boost, I should say. It's almost become meta now for the CT AWP or an Overpass, just to double check that in case the team pulls it out.
As I say, we've seen the Overpass play twice now today. Both games have gone very, very close, and we're yet to see the 4-man boost attempted. Is it like something now you pull out of pocket rather than part of the play? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Either way, it's safe to say unutilized so far.
Sprout don't have the best of buys for round 30 either. 2 Galils, 2 Deagles, 1 solitary AK on Stair. Who, of course, made that heroic play to go all the way through long in that previous round, running through the control molly from the CT side. And we're on the line. Oh, Stair takes him. Even though he's 4 HP, he's now staring at his teammate as if to say, yes, take this off of me. We'll be better off with it. Stair down to the Deagle. But that could be a humongous opening pick. 30 seconds to go in the round. It looks like it's going to be the A-bomb site retro.
I mean, this is the best chance for Sprout. Stairs 4 points of health. Everyone gets hit by a bomb out towards toilets. Laurenex, first kill. Shui, trades.
Oh!
Shui! That's brilliant. Finally taken down by Slacks, who tries to bring something to life. 5 seconds.
Oh, no.
Teammate burns to the molly. And a tap will bring us to overtime. Gamerlegion feel the hype. It's a great comeback, a great recovery. And it's not just 30 rounds that we need. We need 30 plus some.
Oh, my goodness. What a wild situation. Now Next not looking happy about that one. Honestly, I don't blame him. They had so many chances to close out this game, and that 4v2 they had, of course, is going to haunt them if they don't close this one out. Gamerlegion, smiles on the faces, they're loving it. And the way Stare burns to that Molotov as well as it spreads as he tries to fall back. That's so rough. Shui, absolute heroic performance defending from the edge of truck. In that cubby, 3 kills is more than you'd expect from that position.
Mate, the nickname for that spot is One and Done. That tells you everything you need to know. Front truck, one and done, and he's killed 3. Potency from Shui, where he needed most, the IGL to step up, and Slacks is caught on his lonesome. Ime through the wall, takes down the first, and Kios, unorthodox angle holding down Topcon, basically forcing his team to over-rotate towards B because they know the direction. A second kill, it's Isaac that finds success. Now he dips back into water. Kios with a third. Stare will finally trade. It's a 2v5 to begin with, though, for Stare and Refresh. The IGL and the top-performing young gun have to do it combined. Refresh is legged, and so now we turn our eyes to Stare. Maybe Refresh can chime in as well, but a lot of the heavy lifting has to be done on him, and unfortunately he's gone down. It's now a 1v2 because Refresh is now the first of 3, and actually a bit of mismovement will save his life. But his back turned towards short, and I feel like that should be his demise any second now. Baited by Heaven. Got to be careful of the Molly. Do believe it's Shui out towards Monster. And, well, bomb plant, that would be massive. No one budges just yet. A Heaven player and a Monster player. There should be a pincer that denies Refresh of everything. And now he's going to hear the Heaven plate. He's going to tuck and now isolate an angle. Now this is manageable for Refresh. It shouldn't be doable. Certainly now that he's spotted, we'll try and take the first fight. And Shui's able to swing in. Ash is getting hyped. Shui wins them the first round of OT, 16-15.
Yeah, again, a big B play comes in from Sprout. Just didn't seem to be as coordinated as they had been earlier on their T side. Maybe there's a slight problem with the in-ears there. That may be what he is referring to. Quick technical timeout for the back of that one. Refresh tried his best, and honestly, it was a nice try. He was caught by the grenade, he was caught by the molly, he was legged early on. If he wasn't legged, he was in a really good spot to possibly win that round, but he's always had his back against the wall in that one. Been a long day.
Happy.
It's been a long day for everyone involved. Production, us, players. Everyone's feeling the burn, feeling the strain. Playing 7 BO1s in a day. Between all the teams involved in this group. Tomorrow, of course, Group B coming up. Fnatic, Astralis, BNE, Complexity.
Something's in his ear, mate.
Hope he's not hurt himself or anything.
Nah. I think the issue is, like, maybe there was something in Heaven and he didn't hear them in Heaven, or like it was very obvious in his right ear he should be able to hear a Heaven player. Just didn't hear him move, maybe. That was the issue.
Maybe.
And maybe he just thinks it's something on his end. Maybe something stuck in his ear. Oh.
He asked for a tissue.
Oh,
look at this. First class service. Shui gets himself a nice hot drink, I think, there. Lovely. But yeah, as I was saying, Group B...
Make me a coffee.
Exactly. Take advantage of the tech pause, absolutely. Anyway, Group B, of course, I was having a quick chat about that one. So many quality teams in that one too. You'd expect that we'll see teams like Fnatic, teams like BNE and Complexity probably make it through there. But it's a big unknown. It's a big unknown. Fnatic going to be playing with Pepsor. Unfortunately, Crims has a hand injury and had to pull out of it. Astralis, of course, we all know their problems and their struggles. We thought they'd be playing in Espoo with Device. Not to be. We need to give him more time. Very disappointing, but they'll at least be able to compete with Christu and Mister. Complexity after that has to be described as maybe the game of the major cycle against Imperial and the RMR. Have another chance to prove themselves on LAN. And B&E after their shock win against FaZe, of course, I'm sure millions of you will have watched. It's obviously millions is an overstatement, but it was so good. Ruined many pickings, including mine. So, fair bloody play to them.
I'm a silver coiner and proud, mate.
Fair play. Slack staring at the gap underneath the panel there in playground. It's a very easy position to maybe get some chip damage at least if you can't get the kill. I think Launex is aware there could be a player in the cubby, but actually they avoid it completely. Can you believe it? They actually don't know that there's a player close up. And thankfully for Sprout, I don't think they get seen either. So they'll take control of mid and bathrooms. Imma toward long, shows his presence as they cross the angle and the shadow is shown. He'll hop away with his teammate Acor.
Acor, got to be careful because players are fast approaching. In fact, out towards the site. It's going to be a first fight that Acor wins out. Slacks on the orb will find one on long. It's a pincer maneuver, meaning 2 for 2. But the bomb coughed up in the middle of nowhere. Plenty of time for Sprout to go retrieving it. And Zyphon will, but he moves forward instead of backwards. And maybe they want to wait a few seconds. Stair's got a smoke, so maybe the garbage smoke to come in. But getting tagged up from behind, causing more issues. Kios won't stick around. Instead, Stair getting dropped by Shui. A great trade from Zyphon. 2v2. Now the priority has to be that C4.
Yeah, 24 seconds. He'll get it down toward truck. Safe. Launex looking to go for the entry,
Great
and
shot.
that is beautiful. And look how far away Kios was as well. That is a round-winning kill. Unless Kios can stay as silent as possible, not reveal his position, and get himself a 1 versus 2. He's got a smoke. He's got a kit. Launex is still there. He drops down, which means he gives himself some inaccuracy. And Zyphon's playing a very aggressive line there. He's sticking himself in the open, but he's so confident that he's going to hit that shot. And why not if he makes it look that easy? Goodness me. Sprout scrape their way to a 16th. It's overtime. It doesn't matter how you win them, as long as you do.
This is very important for both teams to be winning this game. Very, very important. 16 all. Regulation was not enough. Overtime, a race to 19. Both teams equidistant from that goal. Tournament life on the line. And our third round, a CT side that has been very possessive for Gamerlegion, a side that has looked so strong in this tournament as of so far. But Isaac's opened things up. Launex taken it down 15 and 28. He's had a pretty subpar game so far. Sprout now down to 4. Need to make up for that disadvantage.
Oh, that's a great opening frag, and oh my goodness, the quick scope. But even though Imma comes in to help toward long, he probably peeks at what he thinks is the perfect time. They're all focused on Acor for so long, but he gets taken out as well. So Gamerlegion, sure they have the man advantage, but it might not have been as clean as they would have hoped off the back of that. Slacks and Zyphon shifting their way up long. It's been a long day for everyone. We started our broadcast at, I think, 8 AM for us. And it's now 9 PM. We've almost hit the full cycle. Shui in the same position where we got that beautiful 3K earlier on. In that one undone position, we'll start to move up closer and play a tight angle with the smoke. He might go through it at the perfect time here.
Be the winner.
This is brilliant for Shui. There's grenade damage coming in towards Zyphon and Slacks as well. He can pounce at any point. In the end, he isn't even needed. Isaac takes both of them, and Gamerlegion get themselves a 17th to take the first half of OT 2-1.
Oh dear. CT side, Sprout need 3 for 3 if they want to close things out in overtime number 1. Otherwise, indeed, we will continue to go the distance. Sprout need 2 to secure double OT at least. Round number 4. Gamerlegion up by 1. But now it's the T side, and that's a topic that I think we've got to discuss a bit more. Because as I said a second ago, Gamerlegion haven't looked too hot on their T sides, but they've survived so far. Can they do the same again here? 1 out of 3 needed to at least guarantee double OT.
Yeah, that's so important. And it's a 2-1. You always feel like you have a chance of sweeping it on CT. I think Sprout will be feeling it on this opportunity now, and that's a really nice pick from Slacks. Launex going aggressive toward long as well. What's his timing like? That's a wrong way from Acor. Thankfully, Shui switches back, and he has the opportunity to recover the bomb pretty quickly as well. So Isaac possibly advanced up connector. Now he has. He can pre-fire Stair, but no, the strafe to the left catches Isaac off. And that's a big kill that could have gone Isaac's way. That was a 3v3 rather than a 4v2 right in front of him. And how critical could that prove to be?
Oh, mate, that's painful. Minute and 5 on the clock, Gamerlegion. Up by a round, but it could all be brought down. Flash goes high, stare. Trying to check Sprout into a 17th. And that one kill might have just done everything. Zyphon and Refresh yet to score in this round. Still 2 more players to go, though. One between them would be a team ace. Right now, it's just looking so damn good for Sprout. The European squad might just be able to surprise. Shui doesn't even look like he wants to go for this round. Does not look comfy going through that smoke. With 27 seconds left, you've got 8k in your back pocket. You might as well send it, fella. But I think he knows this is all for null. This should be a 17th for Sprout. And as they wander on in towards B, I think they'll meet their matchmaker very, very soon.
Yeah, there's no much chance here. Shui, even through the smoke, doesn't even give me the chance to do anything. Kios will get spammed as well. Stair gets it, and they're hyped on the Sprout side. 17 all. And they know now on CT side, they should be the favourites to secure this one. No errors, and they take it 19-17. We've seen one overtime already today. That was the big game against Havu. Little mini comeback from them. That was a fantastic matchup. I've enjoyed every single BO1 that we've covered today, I've got to say. They've all had their moments. We've seen Tabson ace on a pistol round. We've seen a Fathom 1v4 with the AWP. We've seen the Lauenex ace on Inferno against Havu. And how ridiculous those clutches were. We could be about to see the closing stages of group play in Group A. Great peak from Zyphon, helped out by the flash over the top of Monster, takes Kios out of the round. Gamerlegion have to recover a man down.
Important that Sprout find that man advantage once again, because you look to the previous round and it was a 5v4 that Sprout were able to spiral around in their favour. Sprout OT was probably quite unorthodox considering the primary position that they were in. And Slacks now has a second frag. Isaac will respond. I mean, that's the AWPer eliminated, but Lauenex might just be overlooked in this whole regard. One player on long, a double push towards toilets, and there you go. Lauenex pounces to find one more. Isaac turns, and that Stairs Q to swing. One man for the job against 4. Acore fires off 35 seconds. Sprout will have 18, and now it's one step away yet again for Sprout being able to close things up. Sure as hell shouldn't have happened in overtime, but it doesn't matter. They just want it. They're hungry for a win.
Yeah. And they had a 15-11 in regulation. Now they have one more to try and close it out, and it's on CT side as well. It's their first match point on CT side. Got to remember that. Aiko looking to save the AWP. Of course, he's only got 900 in the bank, so it's important that he keeps this. Molotov will try and keep him at bay, but they will be hunting him, I'm sure. There's no reason not to go for this, but I think they realise he's a bit too far away. So he will keep that into the next round. Sprout has to be feeling so confident now, knowing that they just need the one.
It's going to be a very hard watch for a Gamerlegion fan right now.
Yeah.
It is hands over your eyes, peeping through cracks between your fingers, hoping Gamerlegion can shell off an 18th. Early fight towards middle. Slacks won't be rewarded, but neither will Acore. Decides to back away. Make sure no one is punished. Sprout, listen, that clock at the top middle, when it hits 0 seconds, you win the game. That's going to be a primary focus for them right now. Gamerlegion just want the control. And it seems to be A-heavy once again. Just working party, working playground, working towards the base of long and the base of front toilets. Just claim the control as best as you can and force the hand of Sprout just like that. Acore, an important first frag. Lauenex gone.
Yeah, such a big frag to take as well. Slacks is in position though, and if he goes ever so slightly further forward, he might get the returning frag. What is his timing going to be like? It's not great. They managed to fall away with the man advantage. Refresh on the elevated angle on the railing on short. Spam comes in from Isaac. Refresh will, I say, avoid it. Never mind, he's been taken out, and it's all down to Zyphon. Gets one, gets two. Beautiful spray control. And Slacks. Oh no! What a time to miss the shot. like that. Goes to the P250, and now look how low he is. He has to escape, and Incendio will keep him at bay. It's all very nervy. You can tell it right in front of your very eyes. Gamerlegion 2 frags away with a very low HP Slacks from making it to second OT. 30 seconds. Stare. He's the man that needs to make this a reality. He's full health. He can have the impact. They're waiting to group up as a 3 right now, Gamerlegion, in toward Monster, and the tag comes through, but no more than that. And now Stare, how is he going to play this one? He's been spotted, gets both of his spray down, but he doesn't know where the third player is, and Isaac saves it for Gamerlegion. What a round to take us to second OT. Oh, they keep going, and I love it. Give us more.
Oh my God.
Hell to the yeah.
I want to mention one thing.
Go on.
A Slacks missed shot costs a win for Sprout in single OT.
Yep. That can only be described as the truth. Slacks will be slapping his thigh off that one. That was a huge frag to miss. Worst possible time. My goodness, we go on. Remember when we thought this game would be over? Sprout had a 4v2 in regulation against a FAMAS and an M4, both low. Damn, we've come a long way since then, haven't we?
He's hit the first shot of this round. It's definitely not the one in the last, though, and that's going to be lingering on his mind for the rest of today. Never mind the rest of this round or the rest of this game. He will be thinking back to that very moment where, win or loss, he could have closed the show in single OT. But it's okay. Mental reset. Check back in. Sets himself up nicely for a first frag. Now, of course, the response here from Gamerlegion is silence. Mid-round, we're not going to do anything. We want to regroup and gather our resources up in one place.
It's funny, isn't it, Retro? We've seen both these two teams look unshakable on the major stage. And we're in Espoo, they're playing against each other, and we're seeing so much wobbly Counter-Strike. It's unbelievable. These guys finally are fallible and feel the nerves. They are human after all. Slacks with a lovely pick toward Kios, making up for the previous round. And this is going to be a clean one for Sprout coming in. Shui is last alive. He's going to go for the duel, and he will actually win it out. But Slacks was always going to be there for the trade, and that's a big 3k for Slacks to recover some dignity after that previous round.
Fist bumps all around. I think Stare a great game individually, but we need all 3 rounds in an ideal world here for Sprout to even stand a chance. We know Gamerlegion, CT-sided team. We talked about it beforehand. My voice is starting to go, man. I'm feeling it today.
We've been talking since like 7 a.m. and it's 20 past 9 in the evening for us. So there you go. But this is what we love to do. Give me more. We're rushing toward B. Hell yeah. Slacks can he defend? Flashbang is perfectly timed. Shui gets the entry. Zyphon trades it. Grenade comes in from Stare. Easily takes Kios. And Slacks is still alive. But he's so blind on Pillar. And finally he'll be finished off towards short. But Stare is still here. And look at the health on Shui. Acor wins that duel though. And that could be the difference maker. Laurenex creeping in. Both players very low. Barely 30 health between them. There's one. And he knows where Acor was planting on the edge of the site. But Acor wins it. And we get another round coming in from Gamerlegion. This game will continue to truck on.
That's important as well. It's Gamerlegion up next on that CT side. One more round for Sprout to make it 2 for 3. That was the bar that was set in OT number 1. Pressure building once again. It all boils down to this. Yes, yes indeed. Counter heckin' strike.
Of course, the last game of the day is our longest game as well. Love that.
Always the way, mate. Welcome. I think Tommy, one of the admins that has been around like forever. Really nice guy. Love that man. He will always like laugh. Always makes the joke. Posts a GIF in the channel. Like always lets us know. The longer game is always second, and he'll always mock us for it. And how is it? 7 BO1s on the stream today. Closest game before we had beforehand was a 19-15. This one, runs deep into second OT. Stare collects one, refresh, a second Zyphon. He'll be able to help his team out and slacks Acor and Isaac left in a 2 versus 4. And Sprout, no scenario to stand up and walk away from the screens. There's still work to be done. This is one step closer, 20-19. 1 round guarantees the third OT. 2 would claim a win. And a great shot from Slacks through the bottom left-hand corner of that smoke. OT number 2, bottling up. Gamerlegion, 2 out of 3 needed if they want a third OT.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep counting up the OTs at this rate. Goodness me. Isaac up to 33 and 28. Alongside Shiri, he's on 32. 2 top performers on Gamerlegion. Stare is up to 35 and 22 now. Lauenex, by his high standards, is having a poor game, but that tends to be the case when Lauenex is a bit absent. It's Stare or Zyphon can be the players to step up in his absence. Sprout need 2. 22 is the magic number. They get themselves the victory. If we go to 21 each, we go again.
Just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. It's unreal.
I think it's been evident that Lauenex has been a little bit tilted right at the end of this game. And I mean, it can happen to the best of us. It happens to me all the time. And I'm certainly a lot older than him. But yeah, it's games like this where you know you should be over the line already, right? That really get to you sometimes. You know you shouldn't be here. You should be in the hotel, or at least going to the hotel, collecting up your stuff safely in the playoffs, and ready to play at the weekend. But we go on.
Final few moments of this round, the Sprout want to make the execute stick. They're going to be running it right out towards A. Good set of mollies, forcing these players into the open. Smokes haven't put them out. It's just to create space. 1 counter molly to force the low possession away. Shui's flashed, and it's a first kill for Slacks. Ime will find refresh. Lauenex finds an important kill. It's an integral sight hold. Acor on the AWP, only good for 1. Can't scoop a second. It's Kios and Isaac, 2v3. 13 seconds, but the penultimate kill of the round comes in. And Stare will do it by elimination. Sprout need 1 more.
Stare is a monster. Another couple of kills to add to his ridiculous tally. Probably up to, I think, 37 now off the back of that. We need all the drinks. Ash has seen some stuff in front of his eyes, and he does not want to... he doesn't want to do it without a bit of a drink, because I don't blame him. It's been a crazy game. Sprout need 1. T-side, sure, but they need the 1. Gamerlegion have to take these final 2 rounds. Otherwise, the series is over. Acor going aggressive on party. He's been doing that all game. It's a broken record at this point, but he's going to continue to aggress this time. With that right-click jump flash, he almost gets the timing on that frag as he falls away, but Stare... Oh, Acor says no. Stare goes for the spam through the bathrooms, and Acor realizes that, pounces at the right time, continuing to reface. And the hero of the game so far, Stare, top fragger, is out. Immer in connector, gets himself 1. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. And the hard place takes him down. Zyphon gives Sprout a sniff in this one.
$21-19. But there's a window of opportunity that Gamerlegion can make it 20 and try and push the boat out to triple OT. Just when you think this game is over, maybe. It's only just beginning. .35 on the clock here, Travis. Making a move. Utility being juggled. Guns being chucked across.
Yep.
Refresh. Let's Lauenex go down first. He'll go second. Zyphon goes third. All 3 players on short. A great shot in the back of Zyphon. 2 players, 1 now left. Acor Great job with the AWP, can't quite make it the last. But Lau and Exy won't be able to make this round stick. It's 20 on the board for Gamerlegion. They're pumped up.
We go on. I'll tell you what, it's the first time these two teams have ever played each other. And it's certainly not disappointing, is it? This one might go down in a few record books if we keep going. Been a long day for everyone, and I'm enjoying the hell out of this. This is fantastic stuff. The Lau and X versus Imma Romanian derby is not failing at any point. And he caught stares at that boost, like I mentioned. It's not one that's been brought out at all. Refreshes, smoke to put out that molly is a flub, which means it cancels the idea of Sprout that they wanted to take short early on. And you have to question now whether that tiny error on the thrown utility makes a difference to their future plans in this one.
One round that makes or breaks the opportunity.
I like this. Good information.
Just
no one in the cubby.
Short. And it's such an unorthodox jump to do as well. Like, you only ever see the 3-man boost there, or the jump spot's done single-handedly on the wooden pallets. You know, the small one, or this one here, right, on the sandbag. Isaac risks his life, but it's for the greater good. It's information, and he keeps full 100 of the HP bar. 55 seconds left, and a lot of Sprout plans kind of foiled in the mid-round here.
3 players on toward B. Oh my goodness, the timing for refresh is absolutely awful. He looks to the side at the worst possible timing. That's when Kios basically just swings it dry. There was not much behind that. And that's sometimes that can be what Counter-Strike at this late level of a game can descend to. You have to go for unexpected swings. Now Next will give up his life to Acor as he swings past Pillar. 4v3, we could be going more here. Acor will continue to dance. 25 seconds on the clock. He sees another player towards short. He hears the pre-fire one tap. In the end, he does peek in towards Slacks though. There is a player in water to worry about. Make that 2 still in water to worry about. And Gamerlegion have no other choice but to wait for them to come in. It has to be B. 9 seconds to go. Shui is still dancing around. Bomb will go down. He's staying silent. And that could be the way to get us to a third OT. Imma takes Slacks. Zyphon towards short. Could still make something happen from this. And Stare is full health as well. These two guys have been insane in this game. Zyphon is on 37. Looks for the spray, but he's out of bullets and can't peek at the right time. Stare goes for it, but Shui takes him. And it's all down to Zyphon and knowing exactly where he is. Great opening frag. And he's got away from the spray through the smoke as well. You never know. If he can find it at the last second, there's a chance. No! He needed 1 bullet, but it's not to be. Little did he know how close he got. And we go on. Let's go. Give me more.
Triple overtime. Still not enough to separate these two
Look
teams.
at his face.
That tells you everything. Look at the HP of Shui. 15 points of health.
Oh.
He sticks the defuse. Balls of steel. And triple overtime is required. We're not done just yet. If you thought we were finished with our day, things are only just heating up here at Elisa. 21-21. We run it back again. 19 HP the difference.
I'm just going to laugh about this now because this is just funny. But I love every second of it. This game. This bloody game. Right.
I believe it.
Slacks going for the pick toward long. It's all a bit of a carbon copy. But that's what happens when you get this deep into a BO1. Aye, aye, aye. Have short control. And they have short control very early in this round. Do Sprout. Isaac and Kios. They're playing the smoke fade in short. They did it earlier on. Wasn't too successful. Trying it this time, but there goes Kios. Isaac does at least get that trade on towards refresh, but in the meantime, Stare taking Shui is such a huge find. Sprout. Such a
so silent.
Precious man advantage, right, Retro?
Yeah.
So precious.
They want to hold on to it. That's why it's quiet. That's why it's dead silent across the board. Isaac half health, Acor and Imat need to make moves. And it's a gamble stack towards A, but the bomb is moving towards B. Why are we going up? That's my question. Look at him as position. You know it's not going to be A. Like, I don't know. Mate, I am confuzzled. Isaac will find Zyphon, 3v3 Emma. If he doesn't check close to his right, he will be dead meat, and Stare cook him up quite nicely with the AK. Isaac and A-Core left 2v3. And the first round in OT looks to be going the way of the terrorist side of Sprout. Unless this AWP can punch holes through the defense now of Sprout in the post plant, the bomb. Third of the way gone. Slacks with one, refresh the other. Sprout advantage in OT. 3 more to go.
And it's these T rounds which are so precious. You can see there's always, when they win a T round, there's a bit of relief on everyone's faces, right? They're so hard to grind out, especially at this late stage. Everyone's figured each other out. And look at the game that Stare and Zyphon is having. Almost 40 on both of them. We're getting to that stage now where we'll be hitting the number 40 on a number of these players. Emma's doing a great job as well alongside Isaac. But there's only 1 round of difference. Kill tallies mean nout if you can't win the game.
(22-21). It's a BO1 series. Thank God, by the way. Could have been here for donkey's years commentating Counter-Strike. Sprout, no position to rest. A man advantage, or rather a round advantage, not a man advantage. I was going to say 2 rounds on the T side feels like the statement, right, to be made. If you get 2 rounds,
Yeah,
you should be winning the OT. Sprout are halfway there, and they've got 2 more chances at it. 1 out of the 2. You feel like there's no losing, especially how good their CT side has been looking in some cases. Again. Refresh and Zyphon both getting caught after Shui's M4.
Shui's been ridiculously consistent. This guy is one of the best young players and young leaders, I would say, at the moment in CS. Laurenex creeping around the smoke. This could be a good play, actually. Shui's kind of giving it a glance, but Imma's close on the other side, and there we go. Perfect crosshair placement, but he's running away. And yes, he had no clue that Imma was close up. The Romanian duel goes Imma's way. Stare is left last alive. Angle being held by the AWP. Actually misses the shot, but there are too many players to face. And we're back even again at 22 apiece. No one can get that 3-0 clean sweep right yet, and that's the big problem. It's the 3-0s that can often seal the game, but the 2-1s can keep us going for a good amount of time. Makes you wonder what Refresh and Shui, Berry and Ash, do they have anything left in the locker at this sort of stage of a game? I feel like it's just a brawl now.
It's such a slugfest. Like, honest, I don't see any world in which there's anything to comment on. It's so back and forth. It's like 1 minute you're in, next minute you're out. Slacks, opening kill, AWP towards Monster, catching A-Core. The run boost unsuccessful, an advantage to the T side. Now this could definitely churn up some nerves for Gamerlegion, and that could have fizzled some out very quickly. ONX and Refresh combined 28 points of health, 1 HE. That could be it.
That is a shame. I just don't have that HE available. Common position to put one in. Good boost mid-round to look for some information, but I don't know, man. With 2 players this low, it's almost... There you go. I mean, now one of them's gone, but Slacks came out Monster. Slacks came out Monster at the perfect time. Of course, when you go for that boost, you're taking up 2 players' work, so Slacks pounces and gives him an advantage still, but with Laurenex so low, you just have to feel that this round is not said and done as of yet. 50 seconds on the clock. You're advancing past Pillar. One will go down on the edge of Pillar, actually, not on default exactly. Kios will take Laurenex. That's a big frag back in response. That's a low HP player, but Stare is stepping up again. Look, checks water, does good damage to Shui, but not enough. Both players have kits, as they should. But no smoke for the bomb, if I'm not mistaken. Only a flash for Monster. It's a great flash, though. And Zyphon gets free-fired, and of course he gets both of them. Oh, my goodness. Another sick retake for Gamerlegion. And get that smile over your face, Shui. You deserve it.
Mate, that should have been 2 rounds for the T side. That should be Sprout with an advantage. That should be Sprout that only need 2 to win the entire game. Or rather 1. I can't do maths. It's late. Excuse me. 1 to push for another OT, 2 for a
Yes,
win now for Gamerlegion.
We've been going since, I mean, in your case, you've been going since 5 a.m. and it's 9:30
Yes.
right now.
So
in my case, it's 7 a.m., so I'm not going to complain compared to you, but we've been here for a while, let's put it that way.
16 hours I've been awake, and obviously I'm doing the BO1 after this as well. The,
Are you okay?
the Harvu Heat game. Yeah, man,
Do you need a hug?
I'll be all right. Maybe, but...
Fair enough.
Do you know what? It's a long day, but we are here for the Counter-Strike. What a round from Shui.
Have our one
and
day,
that
right?
might just keep Gamerlegion alive. One day, but it's a whole tournament that rests in the next 3 rounds here for Sprout and Gamerlegion.
Absolutely.
Everything on the line. Absolutely everything.
Go for the boost towards short again. That makes some noise. That's unfortunate. They're going to cancel that straight away. Stairs right here. He heard that for sure. No crowd noise as of yet. Just in the studio phase in Espoo at the moment. Looking forward to seeing an arena packed at the weekend. Apparently a lot of the tickets have sold out. So
Yes.
have a lot of fans in Espoo for the finals day especially. Trying to figure out the end of Group A. With Group B to come tomorrow. Fnatic, Astralis, Complexity, BNE, Saw, and 500, the ex-Gage roster, of course. Guys, don't say poor casters in chat. I'm loving it. Let's bloody go. This is what we live for.
Yeah. Wait, I was going to say, it would have been nice to have an early day. Everyone finishes, go to bed early. But
that's
this
boring.
is the Counter-Strike we live for. This is the Counter-Strike we live for. It's close games where tournament lifeline is on the line, where all the chips are to the middle of the felt. And, well, in this scenario, it's 3 rounds, one of which has 20 seconds left that make the difference. Timing favors Shui. Kios goes to the hands of Refresh and a 4 versus 4. But it's turmoil towards B as Refresh drops. The bomb carrier goes once more. And Shui's fake, all a ploy, but does not work out for Gamerlegion. 23-23.
Shui can only get away with the AWP. That's the only thing he can do in that scenario. Oh, I thought it was going to be a nightmare situation for Sprout once Lauren X looked away from Long and fell back toward Bank. Literally, as the Long player peaked the truck position, I thought it might be in for another ridiculous timing situation. It's just so unfortunate, but not to be. Oh my god, what a game. We keep going on and on. Appreciate all the support in chat, guys.
Yeah, we love it.
What we love to do. Drop us a follow on Twitter, TravCS and EU Retro if you like our stuff. We'll be doing a lot more, of course, in the near future. Getting a plug in where we can. Why not?
Of course, of course. Well, we have
It's our one day on the Masters broadcast,
right.
so we may as well be a bit cheeky with it. Look at Lauren X. He's going hard off the back of this. He actually should have got this kill toward Imma. It's a Romanian standoff right now, but he falls back off of it. 30 HP to spare, and he lets Imma live.
Smart.
It is smart. I agree with you.
You know, if you commit too much in this engagement and die, it's a 4v5. There's a man in middle of no man's land, and it basically leaves your slacks in isolation. It's Stare that falls early. Shui a second? Surely not. 2 rounds required by one team to basically send the other team second place. In terms of this matchup, of course, not in terms of the group standing, but you get the gist. 1 apiece. It'll be quad OT. We could be running for one of the longest games in history, in all honesty. I mean, I'd hate to think what time we'll clock off. But
wait, what was that? The UK
like
Premier game?
Yeah,
Vex versus XL? Or something like that?
Like 63, 65, something like that. We're a third of the way there, so... You know, if we want to make a statement, let's set a record. Let's set the bar as Sprout. That's brilliant from Slacks. Pulls out the pistol. He knows the last is low, and Slacks holds on. Look at the screams. Look at the passion. Because Sprout are 1 round away, and they've got the favoured CT side. It was a 5v3 at one point for Gamerlegion, and this round is in the bin. Shui, all eyes on you. Gamerlegion, do or die. Last round,
15,
quite possibly.
Yeah, 15-11. They had multiple in regulation Sprout. Do you remember that 4v2 they had in regulation Sprout when they had 2 players low on the Gamerlegion side? That seems like a year away now at this point. A lifetime away. We had a match for 18-17. Gamerlegion said no. They now have another one at 24-23. Can they finally close it out? Imma strafes round the playground. Into the opening pick. These guys, I mentioned that Sprout, you know, maybe a little bit rusty coming from Rio de Janeiro to Espoo. But after this amount of CS, there's no way you could be rusty anymore. Ridiculous stuff. Isaac takes a significant tag, down to 7 points of health. That is not good. Need a hero play from somewhere and someone.
Mate, this is unreal. Isaac low, A-core tagged up a little. Sprout yet to take a lick of damage. A fleck of impact from Gamerlegion. 40 seconds left, Trav. It is to the final moments. It is to the final T. It is down to quite possibly the final execute, and it's do or die for Gamerlegion. One man of Stare, another in Lauanex. He's been quiet, but this is the time to get vocal, and a crossfire like no other. This is no B play. This is an A push. It's all on Stare. Shubi did it to them before. Can Stare deliver?
Yes.
Oh, Stare! Yes, he can. Deagle drawn. Could be another. Shubi playing with fire, and you will get burned. Gamerlegion. 3 overtimes, but it sure as shit isn't enough. A Sprout 25-23, and a long-drawn game ends in heartbreak for Gamerlegion.
Oh my goodness, what a way to end the A-Stream matches of the day.